And we have limit as x approaches infinity, 4 minus the square root of x over 2 plus the square root of x. Okay, where is the numerator going? That's our starting point for any limit. We start with where the numerator is going and where the denominator is going. Can anyone tell us where is the numerator going?
Infinity?
Yes, with minus in front, who cares? What about the denominator?
Infinity?
Yes. So we are looking at an indeterminate case, which means no clue. Anything can happen. We don't know what it's going to be. What do we normally do when one or the other top or denominator have or has a radical? We had that. Say it again.
Multiply by the conjugate.
Exactly. This time both of them have a radical. So we're going to do it in 2 steps. So I'm going to copy. So as x approaches infinity, 4 minus the square root of x over 2 plus the square root of x. What do I multiply for the numerator, and what do I multiply for the denominator? For the numerator first.
Four plus the square root of x.
Very good. For the denominator now. Anyone?
Two minus the square root of x.
Thank you very much. Perfect. So can anyone give us this product first, and then this product? So I'm going to move this lower. So this will stay because I'm not doing anything with it. And this will stay because I'm not doing anything with it. So this piece and this piece are here. Now, can anyone give us this product?
That's 16 minus x.
So this is 16 minus x. Good. And what about these two?
Four minus x.
4 minus x. Okay. I was expecting something nicer here. So it was 4 minus x, 4 plus x. That's indeed 16 minus x. I was expecting something to happen, but it's not happening. So I have 2 minus x, I have 4 plus x, the square root of x, and these two are 4 minus x. Indeed. So I'm not getting anywhere here, so I thought it was going to be nicer, but it's not. So in this case, I'm going to have to go back and factor out the square root of x. I was hoping that this will come nicely and I would be able to factor, but it's not happening. In this case, the only chance we have is to factor out the square root of x from both. Sorry about that. I was just thinking that maybe this is going to happen in a blink and we simplify and it goes away, but it's not. Okay, so we have to go back from the start. I tried something that I was hoping it will clear up, but it doesn't. So I have to go back, factor out the square root of x, and then simplify it in a minute. So that's a much easier. But it can happen in which situations in which we will have to rationalize top and bottom. So this is a very good example. But it's not an easy situation. So it's much easier to go back and just take the square root of x out. So what do we have here?
Before the root x minus 1.
Very good. And of course, the other one is 2 over the square root of x plus 1. Of course, these are gone. We know what happens here, where these are going. Where are they going?
0.
Yes, because of the infinity. That's why. Very good. And the answer is, these are gone. Everything here is gone. So the answer is
-1.
negative.
-1.
That's it. Now I have to write y equals -1 horizontal asymptote at infinity only, for sure. Why? Why this cannot be negative infinity? Because the square root of a negative number is not real. So this function that we started with doesn't even exist towards negative infinity. The domain of that function has to start at 0. So I have to write this. This function is not rational. It's a combo of rational plus radical. So that's why we can never, ever conclude both ends. If it's a rational, yes, I can conclude, but it's not rational. It's a combo of rational and radical. Perfect. Perfect pick. I'll find an example in which I can show you that the only way is to rationalize both. In this case, it wasn't working. It wasn't the right way. It's much easier to simply take the square root out. Okay, let's see if there is anything else that catches our eye. Yes, we have to choose one of these. You choose 29, 30, 31, 32. By the way, 21 is a good pick. I picked that. So I was hoping it would work nicely with simplification, but it didn't. Good. So anyone would like to pick?
30.
Okay, so let's take a look at 30. So for 30, I'm on page 2. Okay, let me copy it. So this is limit the square root of 4x squared plus 3x and plus 2x. And they say x approaches negative infinity. Did I copy the correct one? I think I did. Okay. Perfect. So can anyone tell us where this is going? And remember, at negative infinity or infinity, which of these two terms is the most powerful one?
4x squared.
Excellent. So then where is that going? When x approaches negative infinity.
Infinity.
Yes, awesome. Where this is going?
Negative infinity.
Very good. Awesome. Remember we said 7 indeterminate cases? If you want to call them no clue cases, I agree. And we only, so far we have 0 over 0. We have infinity over infinity. This is our third one. So the answer here is no clue. We don't know, anything can happen. Good, so then what are we going to do next? What do you think? We have a radical plus a quantity. Here's my clue. Anyone? From the clue? What am I signifying with multiplication and a fraction line? What can it be?
Rationalize it.
That's it. With the square root of 4x squared plus 3x minus 2x and the 4x squared plus 3x minus 2x. That's it. Good. So then do not drop the limit operator. We haven't applied it yet. Good. I'm going to copy the easy part. Do not drop the denominator. And can anyone give us the numerator? Anyone?
4x
4x
squared minus
squared
x
plus 3x
4x squared.
minus 4x.
Brilliant. I hope you meant x squared, yes. Of course, these two are gone. And now I copy the limit as x approaches negative infinity. The numerator is 3x. Now I have to work on the denominator. So inside the square root, what do I factor out? Inside the square root. We had a similar example last time. What did we factor? Yes?
X.
Squared. Inside the square root, the degree. What is left in parentheses? So one more time, we are
4 plus
factoring,
3x.
yes, 4 plus 3 over x. Do we agree with that? 4 times x squared, checks. X squared, 1x goes away and I get 3x. Do we all agree with this step? This is a crucial step. We agree? Everyone, please? Okay. Yes? Okay, got it. So then limit as x approaches negative infinity, 3x over, let's make sure we understand what we are doing, the square root of x squared multiplied by the square root of 4 plus 3 over x minus 2x. Understand, you cannot take the square root from x squared plus the square root of 3x. Only in a product we can separate the radicals, or a quotient, a ratio. Now I have to make sure that I remember what this equals to based on the fact that x approaches negative infinity. This is another super important step. If I miss this one, I mess up the whole thing. So what will this be replaced by?
X. Or infinity, negative infinity.
Okay, so let me say this. I'll come back to this.
Or well, positive infinity. 'Cause
1 second, 1 second, 1 second. The absolute value of x is x for x positive and negative x for x less than 0, which means the square root of x squared, which is the absolute value of x, can be x for x positive or negative x for x negative. So this can only be replaced by either x if x is positive, or can be replaced by negative x if x is negative. So then I'm not applying the limit.
Negative x.
Negative x. I cannot apply the limit yet. We're only identifying which is, thank you, if this is the square root of x squared, if it is either positive x or negative x. That's all we're identifying at this point. So I'm going to put here a triangle because I already have something written in between, which is not part of the problem. So now please follow the symbol back here. And I copy then limit as x approaches negative infinity. The numerator is still 3x. The denominator is negative x. The square root of 4 plus 3 over x minus 2x. Now look at this step and say, I know what you are going to do next. And most probably you do, and I will do it. So what are we going to do next? And here is your hint.
Factor out x or
Careful.
negative x.
Exactly, yes. Yes, thank you very much. That's what I want. That's my target. Eventually this will go away. But now I have to figure out what to write inside. What do I write inside? I started with 2 terms. I have to have 2 terms. Anyone?
Isn't it root 4 plus 3?
Yes, the square root.
Minus
Yes.
2 plus 2.
Indeed. Awesome. Now I apply the limit. Now this limit operator is applied, and I want an answer. So, slowly. Where is the numerator going? Where is it going?
Negative infinity.
The numerator.
3.
Good.
3.
Now, where is the denominator going? First, let's ask ourselves, where is this going?
0.
Excellent. So this is gone. This is
0.
gone. How much is this?
2.
How much
Plus
is
2.
2 plus 2?
4. Oh, negative 4.
Done. Y equals negative 3/4 is a horizontal asymptote only at negative infinity. Why? Because this is not a rational function. It's a combo of rational function and a radical function. Any questions on this?